Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome to Sons of Liberty 1773. Still out broadcasting from the gas station, my man cave that I'm finishing. I'll show you. I'll take you inside here in a minute and show you where I'm at with everything. But I've been hitting it pretty hard, so I haven't had a lot of time to make videos. But I'm back. Before I forget, if you want to sleep like a saint, like an angel on a cloud, go to My Pillow and stock up on the My Pillow stuff. I mean, they've got the My Pillow slippers, the bathrobes, the towels, the bed topper, mattress toppers, the doggy bed, the Giza Dream sheets, the Percale sheets, the My Pillow 2.0. If you get the My Pillow 2.0 and the Percale sheets, your sleeping will go to a whole nother level. And just always use SOL 1773, no spaces, SOL 1773 for the promo code at My Pillow and save up to 66%. And you can share that discount code with your friends. I mean, we're a big family here. Invite everybody in. So the news, folks, and I'm not even touching on half of the stuff. It's all gloom and doom, stuff. I got to tell you, it's felt nice to take a little break from, the stuff we have to deal with in our crazy world and just be cutting boards and measuring and, seeing the, how would I want to say it? Seeing the, my efforts, come to fruition. It's just, I'm having fun. Let me put it that way, instead of being in a depressed mood all the time. But, so remember, it's been a few weeks ago, but there was like green laser beams coming from a satellite, and they said it was NASA over Hawaii. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. Why would NASA need to shoot green laser beams down at Hawaii? Something, didn't smell right. Well, here it is, folks. Chinese satellites gather intel for Pearl Harbor-style hypersonic missile attack by using green lasers, an expert claims. China used green lasers fired from satellites to gather intelligence for a hypersonic missile attack on Hawaii. It has been warned. The satellite was recorded flashing lasers for a fraction of a second by a live stream camera attached to a telescope on top of a mountain on one of the Hawaiian Islands. Initially, the lights were thought to come from NASA satellite before it was finally established it was a Chinese pollution monitor satellite, the DAQI-1, the DAGI-1, I guess we'll call it. But questions immediately began to be raised about why the Chinese would feel it necessary to monitor pollution in Hawaii, given the large U.S. military presence there. Yeah, right. China's monitoring pollution over Hawaii. Yeah, no one buys that stuff. China, you're morons. You CCP, you're a bunch of idiots. Evil, but you're idiots. And it comes just weeks after China flew a giant spy balloon over the U.S., which was widely understood to be a spy tool, even as Beijing claimed it was a civilian weather airship. Pearl Harbor on Oahu, Hawaii remains vital for the United States military, and the presence of the satellite comes amid increased tensions between the U.S. and China. It's currently home to Joint Base Pearl Harbor, Hickman, a joint U.S. Navy and Air Force facility that's headquarters to both the United States Pacific Fleet and Pacific Air Forces. Japan attacked the U.S. Navy on December 7th, 1941, marked America's entry into the Second World War. Experts are warning the Chinese activity could pave the way for a repeat surprise attack on the U.S. Rick Fisher, an expert on China's military and international assessments and strategy center, said the satellite is a classic case of Chinese dual use of civilian technology that also serves military missions. The Daiki-1's lasers specifically monitor the density of the atmosphere and can detect whether wind directions, can detect different wind directions. He told The Sun online, that's where this article's from, The Sun. This is precisely the data required for China to accurately target small, multiple reentry vehicle nuclear warheads or more recent hypersonic glide vehicle warheads. HGV warheads seek to exploit low trajectories that are also low altitude and thus are very vulnerable to adverse weather conditions. This necessitating the weather data precision that would be available from laser measurements. Aha. He agrees Hawaii is at risk of another surprise attack, this time by Chinese People's Liberation Army, the CCP. Indeed, there is an increasing Chinese threat to Hawaii, but in general, war over Taiwan, the PLA will also likely target U.S. facilities in Japan, South Korea, Alaska, and California, he said. Chinese weather satellites that use green lasers can assist the precise targeting of hypersonic glide vehicle warheads that will be carried by air-launched ballistic missiles launched by I'm not sure how to say that word, H-6N bombers that can be refueled in order to reach Hawaii. Page 2. China has built a huge arsenal of hypersonic missiles aimed at neutralizing the power of the U.S. Navy, dubbed carrier killers, and attacking American facilities in the Pacific. A live stream camera on top of a National Astronomical Observatory of Japan camera atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea recorded the footage of the laser in late January. Footage shows green beams dancing, sweeping across the night sky. It's a Chinese satellite that is measuring pollutants, among other things, said Roy Gall from the University of Hawaii Institute of Astronomy. Immediately, questioning began to be asked, including from former Chief of Staff Marine Forces Pacific, Ray L. I'm not sure, and this is my opinion, why the Chinese, who are probably some of the most prolific polluters on the planet, would be collecting data on pollutants on this side of the Pacific. He said that's because they're not measuring pollutants. They're surveying Pearl Harbor for a hypersonic missile attack. I mean, that's probably what it is. Tensions have flared between Washington and Beijing over the issue of Taiwan, which China believes is a breakaway province and not a sovereign nation. So that's that. Beware of China. I think if China was ever to attack us, it will be a massive pinpoint attack. They will hit our nuclear silos. They will hit our Navy ships, our carriers with these tactical nuclear warheads, and they will hit our naval bases. And it will be a massive attack, maybe with Russia, Iran and North Korea. God, I pray we never get to that point. If we had real leadership, we wouldn't be in this predicament. Then Russia's Su-27s attacked U.S. Reaper drone over Black Sea, dumped fuel on drone, then forced the drone to crash. It crashed after colliding. They broke the drone's propeller, is what America is reporting. Now, why would a Reaper drone be over the Black Sea, folks? I can tell you exactly why. America, who's meddling over there, was using our drones to give Ukraine targeting information to kill Russians. That's what was going on. And apparently Russia wasn't having it. I can't say that I blame them. So U.S. European Command issued a statement Tuesday evening, local time, about an incident involving 2 Russian Su-27 aircraft harassing and attacking unmanned U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone over the Black Sea Tuesday morning. The Russians dumped fuel on the drone, flew in front of it, and eventually collided with it, breaking a propeller and forcing U.S. controllers to crash the drone down into the sea. The incident is the first reported clash between the U.S. and Russian militaries in the Ukraine war. This is a quote from the Russian defense minister. This is their take on it. As a result of sharp maneuvering around 9:30 Moscow time, unmanned aerial vehicle MQ-9 went into an uncontrolled flight with a loss of altitude and collided with the water surface. The Russian fighters did not use airborne weapons, did not come in contact with the unmanned aerial vehicle, and returned safely to their home airfield, the Russian defense minister said. My guess is they probably did break the prop of it, probably dumped fuel on it thinking it would catch fire or mess with its targeting or, it's a GPS stuff. And then just to make sure, they, smacked into it and sent it into the water. And then lastly, folks, this banking crisis, I think, is the beginning of the end. I think it's going to get much worse. My opinion, do your own research. This is just my opinion. This country has way, way overprinted our money. The banks are all a facade. I really don't have a lot of sympathy for the Silicon Valley Bank. They're a bunch of woke assholes that hate MAGA, that hate America first, that hate patriots. They're globalists, nobody I have any love for at all. So I kind of don't feel bad for them. And I'm sick of our government meddling in the private sector. That's not the government's job. The private sector, leave us alone. Keep regulations and obstructive regulations, to an absolute minimum, and just let the free market system blossom. And we could be so much greater than, we're not right now. We're failing, but this country could just be incredible if the government would quit poking its nose where it doesn't belong. I mean, here in Michigan, they're giving, they're going to bail out this bank, by the way, $2 billion. And I'm hearing that the entity that's going to bail them out, I can't think of the acronym for them right now, but they've only got like $1 billion. So they need $2 billion. Where's it coming from, folks? Reach in your wallet. That's where it's coming from. And then, so developing Moody, what I was going to say, in Michigan, they're giving, they've already gave like $54 million of a Michigan taxpayer money to Ford in the CCP company that's going to make batteries, that's in bed with Ford, to buy land, like 1,300 acres. And now they're giving them like another $700 million or some huge, ridiculous money to Ford Motor, folks, and the CCP. That's who Ford is going in partners with to build batteries here in Michigan. Our tax money. Ford's a big company. If they've got a great plan for building batteries, go build it yourself. Buy your own land with your money. And if you don't have the money, go get a loan. And if a bank won't loan you the money, then we taxpayers sure as hell won't. But that's not. It's really fascism. It's this marriage between government and and manufacturing, the corporations. This is kind of like Mussolini's Italy, and it's just it's got no place here. And then how this works, folks, right? They get kickbacks from all the union jobs they're going to create and stuff, and it goes in one hand and it comes back as campaign contributions. $200 million of this package they just passed is going to the UP, to a paper mill. $200 million, folks, and they're not required to generate one more job than the people they already employ. This family up there, I don't know who they are or who owns the corporation, but they got to be doing like a happy dance. $200 million of Michigan's money. And they'll be given kickbacks. Or, they'll be sending money. And there's like 4 or 5 Republicans that voted with the Democrats. John DeMoose, shame on you. So developing Moody cuts outlook for entire U.S. banking sector, put 6 banks on downgrade watch. Moody's Investors Service cuts its outlook for the entire U.S. banking sector to negative and put 6 banks on downgrade watch on Tuesday. The credit rating service moved to downgrade the entire banking sector from stable to negative, will impact borrowing cost. Banks with substantial unrealized security losses and with non-retail and uninsured U.S. depositories may still be more sensitive to depositors' competition or ultimate flight with adverse effects of funding, liquidity, earning, and capital, Moody's said in its report. And it's the FDIC that's, I think, is going to bail out this woke bank, Silicon Valley Bank. And that's who I was thinking of. And they've got, it's like $2 million to bail them out to guarantee all this, the depositors money. And it's all woke. This bank's loaning for climate change and all the BS. And, of course, the Democrats are going to come to their rescue with our money, because that's what they do. They steal from us and they give to other people that don't deserve our money. So let me take you in the gas station. I'm at 16 minutes, so I'll keep this video under 20. So here's what I've been up to, folks. I am, the ceiling is in. That's, if you can see that, that's beadboard paneling. And then I put 1/2-inch plywood on the walls, and we will paint the walls. And the reason I did plywood is, number one, it's going to make this building really strong. And I've got a lot of stuff to hang up, and they'll look fine when they're painted and the windows are trimmed. But I've got a lot of stuff to hang up. And I don't have to try to find a stud, right? I mean, it's all wood. So wherever I want to hang something up, I can just put a fastener in and hang it up. So that's it. I've got 3 walls done. So let's start over here. Tomorrow I'll finish it. I have 6 more sheets to put up. There's that. There's this side. And there's the wall I'll finish tomorrow. So and then I'm kind of at a stalemate because I need to paint everything in here, and I've got some wood putty. I'm going to fill any of the blemishes in the plywood and stuff and try to get it somewhat smooth before we prime and paint. And I really can't do anything until the weather gets nicer, because as you can see, we still have a lot of well, not a lot, but it's 13 degrees this morning. 13. It's got to warm up here pretty quick, though. But we probably have 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. If we get a couple, once the heat hits, the snow will be gone quickly, and it'll start warming up, and I can get out here and paint. But it's going to look nice. There's going to be those really nice shelf brackets you can buy. People will put like it'll hold like a 1x12. Or 2x12, and people put their dishes on it and stuff, those really nice shelf brackets. So those are going to go all the way around the room, all 4 walls. One shelf's going to wrap all the way around the room. It's tall. These ceilings are 10.5 foot high. The ceiling is 10.5 foot high. So I'm going to have a nice shelf go all the way around this whole upper level. And I've got light, electric up there. There'll be lighting, and I can display. Matter of fact, I'll have more shelving than I need, which is nice, because when I find something I like at a garage sale or an auction or something that I would like for the gas station, I'll have a place to display it. I've got a lot of my plaques I've won at car shows and trophies and old oil cans and stuff like that. So I'm anxious to get to the part where I can decorate and start displaying all my stuff. This has been something I've wanted to do since I built this place, and I just have not had time. And finally have the time to just dig in and get it done. So I'm actually excited. It's just nice to be unplugged from the internet and the news cycle as much as I can, and not have you get working, cutting boards and just doing stuff, and you kind of get in the zone, and it's a nice feeling to not be thinking of all the other gloom and doomy stuff. So as you can see, that door's got an opener on it. This is I found this door. It's probably 100 years old. And my friend's a locksmith, but as you can see that door, how thick that is. That's got to be 3 inches, folks, 3.5 inches thick. And this was the original door to the Bel Air bar in Bel Air, Michigan. And a girl whose dad owned it, her dad died. I think he had a heart attack or something. But I was looking for an old door, and I think Renee found it on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and I ran right over and grabbed it. And my friend who's a locksmith rekeyed the original lock, so it works fine. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed, to this channel, please do. I share what happened on this day in history during the Revolutionary War every morning in a community post. I share founding father quotes, share relevant news. You know, I am a prepper, and I recommend that's part of this channel is to for everybody to be prepping. And I mean, everybody should have their prepping in overdrive right now. I'm not saying we're going to go into like nuclear world war, but I can't say we're not either. But I think we're heading for kinetic warfare with China in the South China Sea. And Joe has drove our enemies together. He's creating literally the dooms team that I wrote about in Learning Earth's Deathly History. The Dark Order of Malign seeking to eradicate America, which in my book was, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Venezuela, and, countries that hate America. And it's happening, unfortunately. And it's all thanks to that thing that happened on November 3, 2020. That was a really bad inflection point. Like a change in the reality of this nation, that we've ended up on an alternate reality now. Something happened that shouldn't have. And we're living now in a alternate reality that I don't think ends good for humanity. But anyways, check out mypillow.com. SOL1773 is a promo code. In all my videos, I have the affiliate link that's specific to this channel for My Patriot Supply. So if you go into any of my videos and click on the description, use that link to go shop at My Patriot Supply. Get the freeze-dried foods, the water filtration. They have a ton of survival stuff. And just keep prepping, folks. My advice is just keep prepping and keep praying. We can't change whatever's coming down the pipeline. We can't change it. Hopefully, we dodge World War III, although we are in it right now. If you don't think we're in it, a drone was just crashed today, American drone, run by Americans, flown by Americans, that was given the Ukraine. I have no doubt about this. The Ukrainians, Russian targeting to kill Russians. We're in the war, folks. It's World War III. And we should not be here. Tucker Carlson sent out some questionnaires, 6 questions to all the presidential Republicans candidates are presumed to be running or have already announced they're running. And Trump said he's going to end this war in a day. But they said, do you think there's a threat? I think the last question or second to last, do you think it's a danger of nuclear war? And he said, under this administration, absolutely. Under somebody that knows what they're doing, no. He goes, I think I can end this. I think I can end the war in a day. And Trump might just be able to do it. Now, China, we or Xi Jinping or whatever the hell his name is, the president of China, is trying to broker a peace deal right now between Ukraine and Russia. So I don't know what that entails, but America wants the war. So that would be really good. We made that war. It's unfortunate that we don't have somebody in our country that cares about the sanctity of life and would rather not have Russians and Ukrainians killing each other and dragging America and the rest of the world into World War III. However, it is what it is. We have an evil administration right now. But hey, if China can go over there and negotiate peace between these and they quit shooting, in America, the Bidens and the globalists can't have their war. That's a big victory as far as I'm concerned. And that would do wonders for the market. But Trump was asked about, I watched Trump's speech in Iowa. I'm dragging on a little bit, folks, but just some thoughts that are coming to me. And so he did something really wild. He had like this rally. They said, hey, we're going to do something a little different this time. How about I take some questions? You ask whatever you want. I don't care. Whatever you want to ask me, ask me. So they put couple mics out in the audience, and he took maybe a half a dozen questions. And one person asked about inflation. What are you going to do to stop this inflation? It's killing us. And Trump said, we've got to get our energy costs down. He goes, if we go back to America First energy policy and get all of our energy costs down, home heating, gasoline, diesel, and all that. So it's, extremely affordable, trucking and all that stuff. He said that will do a lot for curbing all the, the inflation on food and everything else. So I like Trump. And, the people that always despise him, first off, if you're a globalist and you want to destroy America, I get why you hate Trump, because Trump loves this country. And he is America first. He's a nationalist. He's working for America, not for the global reset. So I get why you hate him. And, he's not woke. But when I hear it from Republicans, we got to get someone besides Trump, it kind of pisses me off, because I go, he was president for 4 years. Well, what did he do? Seriously, and they give the same question the Democrats do. Well, I don't like the way he tweets, and, he's mean. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean, he seems okay to me, but, he's full of himself, a little pompous, but whatever. He doesn't like to fail. I see that as a good thing. But anyways, that's it. I'm thinking, well, why don't you do this besides his personality, which you should really give a crap about if he's either did a bad job for 4 years for the country, or he did a good job. Name one thing that Trump did in 48 months as president that wasn't good for this country and for the American people. And they can't answer you, folks. They can never answer you. But, they're trying everything to stop him. It's an endless lawfare. I feel terrible for what Trump has had to go through for us. But, he's got family too and grandkids, and he doesn't want them to be slaves in a tyrannical state. So that's it. I'm going to end it here. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll probably see you. Depends on how my day goes tomorrow. Maybe a video tomorrow or the day after. See you. Bye.